Hey guys, welcome back to the another video. In this video, we're going to learn two things. Okay, first thing we're going to learn is how to avoid low probability condition. Okay, how we know कि this market is basically low probability condition and how we should avoid that condition basically. And second, we're going to learn how to read order flow. Okay, so many people ask me in Discord. Okay, uh, how to know in which order flow we are. Okay, are we in bullish order flow or are we in bearish order flow? So that's what we're going to cover in this video. Okay, so let's first discuss how to avoid low probability condition. Okay, and one thing I want to say here, we all are trader here, right? हम लोग को ये पता होना चाहिए basically कि when we should avoid the market. Okay, of course we are here to trade, right? But अगर हम लोग को ये नहीं समझ में आ रहा है कि हम लोग को कब मार्केट अवॉइड करना चाहिए और कब हम लोग को बेसिकली स्टेप इन करके ट्रेड लेना चाहिए, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। जितना इम्पोर्टेंट आई बिलीव कि मार्केट में ट्रेड लेना है, एग्जीक्यूट करना है, उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट है कि हम लोग को कब मार्केट अवॉइड करना है। ओके, एंड इन दिस वीडियो वी गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट ट्रैप्ड ऑर्डर फ्लो बेसिकली। ओके, एंड दिस पर्सनली आई यूज ऑन डेली, okay, and weekly time frame. Okay, so I only use this on daily and weekly time frame. You can do on lower time frame. Okay, so if you guys know how I trade, basically I like to first understand what is daily order flow and what is weekly order flow. Okay, and daily या weekly मेरे को clear नहीं रहता है तो I avoid basically. Okay, so I personally like to use this on daily and weekly. Okay, of course if you do scalp and your basically higher time frame is, let's say, 4 hour or 1 hour, you can apply this same thing. But for me, my higher time frame is daily and weekly, so that's what I'm going to discuss in this video. Okay, so what is trapped order flow? Basically when price is stuck in two PDRA. Okay, when market is stuck in premium level and discount level. So if I give you example, so let's say for example like this, let's say, so let's say we have this, for example, bullish fair value gap here. Okay, it can be on daily or it can be on weekly, and I use this on my higher time frame. Okay, it can be daily and it can be weekly as well. Okay, so let's say for example here we tap, let's say for example daily fair value gap, it can be weekly as well. So यहाँ पे हम लोग daily fair value gap tap के daily bullish fair value gap, right? So now we know we are at daily bullish fair value gap, so we have to look for the long setup, right? We have to look for the long setup internal to basically we have to look for external, right? But let's say market when retracing down, okay, let's say the market retrace कर रहा था from this high to this low, we created here, let's say for example bearish fair value gap as well here. Okay, so now you can see we have two level basically. Okay, we are at bullish fair value gap and we also created bearish fair value gap on same time frame. Okay, and let's say if you see market is giving some rejection and market tap this level, okay, bearish fair value gap, it's low probability condition, it's low probability condition, and this is basically trapped order flow because we are stuck between two price level, and this type of condition you should basically avoid. Okay, here I like to see two things. Okay, uh, either taking sell or either taking long is basically both low probability condition for me. So in this scenario, I want to see more confirmation basically. Okay, जब भी आप स्ट्रगल करते हो बेसिकली बायस में, अगर आपको डेली वीकली बायस क्लियर नहीं हो रहा है, तो डिमांड मोर confirmation, वेट फॉर मोर confirmation. Okay, or look for other pair. Okay, so for example, if price is stuck in this range, okay, on bullish PDRA and bearish PDRA, okay, so what I am going to do, basically either I'm going to wait कि market इस फेयर वैल्यू गैप को होल्ड करे एंड कंटिन्यू करे एक्सपैंड डाउन साइड करना, और ये जो बुलिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप था इसको बेसिकली इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप बनाए फॉर एग्जांपल. ओके, सो बाय नोइंग दिस आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि ओके माय बुलिश लेवल इज नॉट होल्डिंग. ओके, जो मेरा बुलिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप है वो होल्ड नहीं कर रहा है एंड बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप होल्ड कर रहा है, एंड इट्स showing strong rejection from this bearish fair value gap. So if I see this rejection, okay, then I'll wait for another basically PD array to form. Either it can be your, let's say, breaker block here, mitigation, whatever you want to use, or let's say market created another bearish fair value gap, for example here. Okay, so I know now कि market अब trapped नहीं है, basically market is showing clear direction, right? Because it's not holding this level and it's respecting this bearish fair value gap, it becomes inverted fair value gap, right? So we have now new fair value gap formed here. So I can simply frame my sell at this fair value gap, and I can look for continuation to the downside. Okay, so that's how you have to avoid trapped order flow basically. Remember, when a price stuck in two level, either bullish and bearish, you should demand more confirmation. Okay, it can go opposite as well. For example, let's say for example you have this bullish fair value gap as example, okay, and market is right now at this bearish fair value gap. So let's say in this scenario, maybe you will see most of the time market consolidate. Okay, in this type of scenario you will see market consolidate on 1 hour, 4 hour, and maybe जब इस टाइप का कुछ लेवल फॉर्म होता है, जब मार्केट दो लेवल पे बेसिकली एक रेंज में है, तो देर इज हाई प्रोबेबिलिटी चांसेस कि कोई हाई इम्पैक्ट न्यूज बेसिकली उस वीक होगा. ओके, इट कैन बी एनएफपी न्यूज, इट कैन बी सीपीआई, इट कैन बी एफओएमसी. ओके, कोई हाई इम्पैक्ट न्यूज आने वाला है. दैट्स व्हाई मार्केट इज और बेसिकली स्टक बिटवीन रेंज, एंड जब न्यूज़ आएगा देन यू विल सी कि वन साइड मूव बेसिकली होगा, या फिर मार्केट दोनों साइड का लिक्विडिटी बेसिकली ग्रैब करेगा, क्योंकि मार्केट यहाँ पे कंसोलिडेट कर रहा है, एंड देन फिर एक क्लियर डायरेक्शन आपको देगा. सो दैट्स वाई यू शुड अवॉइड बेसिकली. ओके, बिकॉज हियर यू डोंट नो कि मार्केट कहाँ जाएगा, बुलिश जाएगा कि इस बेरिस लेवल को होल्ड करके नीचे जाएगा. सो बेटर टू वेट. ओके, and let's say for example market is showing rejection from this bullish fair value gap, okay, and it's right now at this bearish fair value gap. You can wait for market to basically create this bearish fair value gap to inverted fair value gap. You should wait कि market ये जो bearish level था, market अब उसको inverted fair value gap बना चुका है. So then you can frame your long at that inverted fair value gap, and you can look for continuation to the upside. Okay, so let me show you some example. And before going to show you guys example, I'll also cover right now about order flow. Okay, how to read order flow. So make sure you watch this video uh, clearly. Okay, so let's come to this Euro USD chart. Here you can see perfect example right now. You can see we are at daily time frame, right? We are at daily time frame. You can see we have this bullish fair value gap, right? Market is at this bullish fair value gap, right? And you can see we are at this bearish fair value gap at the same time. Okay, so this is basically trapped order flow because price is stuck between two range, right? So in this type of scenario you should just wait, either wait for market to create this bullish fair value gap to inverted fair value gap. वेट करो कि मार्केट ये जो लेवल है, बुलिश लेवल है, इसको इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप बनाए, देन यू कैन लुक फॉर कंटिन्यूएशन टू द डाउन साइड. ओके, और आइदर बेसिकली वेट फॉर मार्केट टू ट्रेड स्ट्रांगली अपसाइड, एंड जो ये बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप है इसको इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप बनाए, एंड देन यू कैन लुक फॉर कंटिन्यूएशन टू द अपसाइड, राइट? और बेस्ट थिंग यू कैन डू, focus on the other pair, other market basically. Okay, don't try to chase where it will go, either it will go down or it will go up. Basically this type of condition is low probability क्योंकि एक ये clear direction आपको नहीं दे रहा है market, right? It's not giving a clear direction, so better to wait. Okay, so let's see how it works. And also I want to teach you guys how to read order flow, for example. Okay, so let me delete this. For example, you can see, for example, let's say we tap this bullish fair value gap, right? So we know basically from this low to this high, we have two discounted level, right? One is this daily fair value gap right here, and we have this one daily fair value gap here, right? So let's mark this one as well. And that's how personally I also read the order flow. So you can see from this low to this high, we have two bullish fair value gap, and I personally trade fair value gap. Okay, so we have two fair value gaps. So I know this is my support area, and if let's say this support area will not hold, this support can hold basically, right? This bullish fair value gap can hold. Here, when market hit this level, of course, I will be looking for the long, right? बट व्हेन आई सॉ कि जब मार्केट बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप फॉर्म कर चुका है, सो नाउ आई नो कि मार्केट इज इन ट्रैप्ड ऑर्डर फ्लो, राइट? So here I want to see one clear direction. So for example, in this scenario, let's say, so this was my thinking that time. अगर market, let's say for example, market अगर let's say ये fair value gap, bullish fair value gap hold नहीं करता है, and ये bearish fair value gap let's say market hold करता है, for example. So अगर let's say ये bearish fair value gap अगर market hold कर रहा है, and let's say market अगर नीचे trade करेगा, तो market का draw on liquidity क्या रहेगा? Market किस level पे जाके फिर सपोर्ट लेगा बेसिकली, ओके? अगर लेट्स से ये सपोर्ट बुलिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप में अगर मार्केट ये सपोर्ट नहीं ले रहा है और ये बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप मार्केट होल्ड करके मार्केट नीचे ट्रेड कर रहा है, तो मार्केट कौन सा एरिया पे जाके फिर सपोर्ट लेगा? इन दिस एरिया, राइट? सो आई नो कि अगर ये लेवल होल्ड नहीं करता है एंड इसको हम लोग इन्वर्टेड फेयर वैल्यू गैप फॉर्म करते हैं, तो दिस कैन बी माई नेक्स्ट ड्रॉ ऑन लिक्विडिटी, okay? So then I can look for the sell basically, right? So let's see. So let me delete this. So for example, if you see here, so here you can see in this candle, in this bearish candle, you can see how market closed below this fair value gap. So you can see we have created this inverted fair value gap, right? So let's mark this gray box. So we know this is inverted fair value gap, for example. So this down close candle is showing me one sign basically. And what's that sign basically? It's showing me कि ये जो bullish level था, it's not holding. And we respecting bearish level, right? We respecting bearish level. So bullish लेवल होल्ड नहीं कर रहा, बेरिश लेवल होल्ड कर रहा है. सो दैट्स शोइंग मी सिग्नेचर कि जो बुलिश ऑर्डर फ्लो था इट्स शिफ्टिंग टू बेयरिश, ओके? एंड लेट्स से अगर मार्केट कंटिन्यू करता है ट्रेड करना, तो हो सकता है कि मार्केट नेक्स्ट सपोर्ट यहाँ पे ले, तो आई कैन लुक फॉर सेल, राइट? क्योंकि ये लेवल होल्ड नहीं कर रहा है, ठीक है? एंड यू कैन सी वी अगेन क्रिएटेड दिस व्हाट, बेरिश फेयर वैल्यू गैप हियर, राइट? सो यू कैन सी वी क्रिएटेड दिस बेरिश fair value gap. So I know market is respecting this bearish fair value gap and traded lower. It disrespected this bullish fair value gap. So and our next draw on liquidity is this fair value gap, right? So I can easily look for basically sell if market tap this daily fair value gap, and I can look for continuation downside, right? So let's see how it worked basically. You can see in this candle we tapped this daily fair value gap, okay, as an internal, and you can see we have this as an external target as well. And you can see next candle, in this candle we tap this bullish fair value gap. So that's how I read order flow. All you have to understand, let's say if market is moved from this range to this range, and let's say we have two support area, for example, okay? So let's say one fair value gap is here or one fair value gap is here. So I have to simply understand, in let's say market form this swing low and this swing high, okay? So I know I have to look for long either at this level if market hold this level, or either I will look for long at this level, okay, in lower level. If this will not hold, okay, if this will not hold, I can look for sell, I can look for sell, and I can target basically lower level, right? So I can look for sell and I can target this level. Once it will hit, then I can look for support at this price, and I can look for continuation to the upside, okay? So I hope this is clear to you guys, and you can see in this candle we tapped, and of course if you go to lower time frame you will see entry as well. I on Discord I shared with you guys ki I am looking for sell at this area when market tap this fair value gap, daily bearish fair value gap. If you go to my Discord, let me show you. So you can see I said just when we tap this daily fair value gap, the reason I was looking for sell and I know कि that time, okay, जब market इस fair value gap में था basically, इस ऊपर वाले fair value gap में था, I know we don't have any high probability condition, but the reason I was looking for sell at this upper fair value gap, if you go to 1 hour or 4 hour time frame, you will see very clean liquidity basically, okay? So let me show you. 4 hour will be much cleaner. So let me show you 4 hour. So if I was when I was looking for sell, and let me delete this thing. Okay. So let me delete this. Okay. So this was our daily fair value gap. Okay. And you can see we have created very nice liquidity, trend line liquidity. You can see failure swing, nice failure swing, right? And of course, if you see here also, we have this equal low as a liquidity. So that's why I was looking for sell at this fair value gap, and I was not expecting this bullish fair value gap to hold, okay? Because we have very nice clean liquidity, and जहाँ पे market liquidity ज़्यादा generate करता है, उस टाइम उस साइड market basically trade करता है strongly, okay? And in this you can see we have nice liquidity resting on downside, okay? Whereas if I was looking for long at this level, you can see we don't have any nice liquidity as a target, okay? आप खुद देख के सोचो, okay? Let's say we have this bullish fair value gap, right? जो bullish fair value gap था डेली में, अगर मैं यहाँ पे लॉन्ग देख रहा हूँ इस fair value gap में, तो क्या इसमें ज़्यादा लॉन्ग सेटअप लेने में मार्केट में ज़्यादा लिक्विडिटी है, या फिर सेल लेने में और लिक्विडिटी ज़्यादा है डाउन साइड बेसिकली? Okay, you can see we have equal low, we have this trend line liquidity. If you go to 1 hour, it will be much cleaner, okay? And we have this next support as a drawn liquidity, okay? Because we know market do two things, either it go grab liquidity, और जो imbalance रहता है उसको basically market balance करता है, right? So यहाँ पे सब कुछ हम लोग को दिख रहा था, हम लोग का लिक्विडिटी है, लिक्विडिटी के नीचे इम्बैलेंस है, राइट? सो दैट्स हाउ बेसिकली मार्केट मूव, एंड दिस इज व्हाट आई सेड ऑन Discord as well, okay? And here it was your entry. So let me show you on 1 hour time frame as well. So when market tapped this upper fair value gap, we had this entry on 1 hour bearish fair value gap, expecting upper one as a breakaway gap, and it will be easily your 1 to 2 risk reward from this high to this low basically, okay, for swing trading, okay? So this was fair value gap was your entry. It was around 5 a.m. okay, Eastern time, London session पे ये एंट्री था 1 hour fair value gap, okay? But let's not talk about this one because again I'll say that's basically a low probability condition, okay? So but this trade, this sell setup was basically high probability trade for me, okay? So let me delete this everything on upside. Okay, so if I was looking for sell at this fair value gap, I'll be either targeting this external range, okay, this external range, or this daily bullish fair value gap. So if you go to 1 hour, 4 hour, you will find easy swing trade entry. So let's go to 4 hour, daily to 4 hour. You can also go on 1 hour as well, okay? So on 4 hour, you can see we have this candle that grab the liquidity, okay? We have this order block to take trade basically, right? So we swept the liquidity in this and tap this daily fair value gap here. So we have this order block as an entry, or if you go to 1 hour for time frame alignment, daily to 1 hour, you can see we have very nice bearish fair value gap for an entry, right? You can see market tap this daily fair value gap, right? Very strong rejection downside, traded again back to this fair value gap, and you can see we had this swing high as external range target, or ultimate this daily fair value gap for a target, and you can see how market traded lower basically. And if you see here, okay, again I'll show you one more thing. So जो ये fair value gap entry था, okay, इसको हम लोग रेड मार्क कर लेते हैं, एंड ये जो बुलिश fair value gap था, जब प्राइस दो रेंज में फंसा हुआ था, ओके, जब प्राइस दो रेंज में बेसिकली फंसा हुआ था, लेट मी गो टू replay so you can see much cleaner, okay? And let's delete this. जब प्राइस ट्रैप्ड ऑर्डर फ्लो में था, इफ यू सी 1 hour टाइम फ्रेम और 4 hour टाइम फ्रेम, you will see it's basically so much consolidation. You can see how tight range market was moving basically, no clear signature basically, okay? It's bouncing up down basically, okay? So that's why you should avoid, okay? And let me show you another example. Okay, so here is the another example on GP cat. Okay, so here you can see on daily time frame we was at this daily bearish fair value gap, right? You can see we was at daily bearish fair value gap, and also at the same time we was at this daily bullish fair value gap. You can see. So what this is basically, this is low probability condition for us because we don't know where market will go basically. Okay, because market was at both premium and discount level basically. Okay, of course, if you understand structure, liquidity, it will be much easier for you to where it will be much easier for you to understand कि किस साइड order flow जा सकता है, but still that's a low probability condition, okay, because market is stuck between two price. अगर एक clear side direction है, what I mean कि clear side direction है, for example market move from this low to this high, okay, for example this low to this high, and let's say we have this daily fair value gap as an example, okay, and let's say market retraced to this daily fair value gap, and we don't and we when we retraced, okay, जब हम लोग retrace किए from this high to this fair value gap, we don't have any bearish fair value gap, we don't have any premium level, and we don't have any resistance basically, okay. If we don't have any resistance from this high to this low, of course market will trade much stronger in one direction, okay, क्योंकि कोई भी resistance ऊपर नहीं है, vice versa it goes for opposite bearish example, okay. So here you can see we was at this daily bearish fair value gap. You can see this daily bearish fair value gap is respecting क्योंकि कोई भी candle close नहीं हुआ है bearish fair value gap के ऊपर, and also this bullish fair value gap is respecting. So in this type of scenario either I'll wait, okay, or better the best thing you can do, look for other market, okay, and avoid this market, okay, avoid GP cat and look for other pair basically, okay. And if you are someone, for example, you only trade let's say GP cat, okay, better to wait and wait for clear price action, okay. So in this type of scenario either I'll wait कि market जो ये bullish fair value gap form किया है, okay, ये जो bullish fair value gap form किया है market नीचे close हो, and it will give me signature कि okay ठीक है ये bearish fair value gap hold कर रहा है, और ये जो bullish level है ये bullish level respect नहीं कर रहा है market, then I can look for continuation to the downside basically, right, I can look for continuation to the downside. But अगर ये bullish fair value gap भी hold कर रहा है, bearish fair value gap भी hold कर रहा है, so I don't have clear direction. Or second thing can happen here basically, either I'll wait कि market expand करे upside, और ये जो bearish fair value gap market जो respect कर रहा है, क्योंकि कोई भी candle you can see this candle or this candle, market is not closing above this bearish value gap. So either I'll wait कि market ये fair value gap के ऊपर close हो, okay, bearish fair value gap के ऊपर close हो, and ये level hold कर रहा है, then I can look for continuation to the upside, okay. So always demand more confirmation when price is stuck into range basically, okay. So let's see, and here you can see we expanded upside, and ये जो bearish fair value gap था, जो ये bearish fair value gap market form किया था यहाँ पे, you can see this candle closed above this bearish fair value gap and it becomes inverted fair value gap, right. So we know कि this bearish level is not holding, this bullish level is holding, so that's showing us signature कि ऑर्डर फ्लो इज शिफ्टिंग. जो बेरिश ऑर्डर फ्लो था, जो मार्केट का ये बेरिश मोमेंटम था फ्रॉम दिस हाई टू दिस लो, ओके, जो बेरिश मोमेंटम था, मार्केट बेरिश लेवल होल्ड नहीं कर रहा है एंड मार्केट क्रिएटेड बुलिश लेवल, सो वी कैन लुक फॉर बेसिकली बुलिश मूव नाउ, राइट, क्योंकि ऑर्डर फ्लो शिफ्ट हो रहा है. एंड ऑल्सो यू कैन सी वी हैव दिस relative equal high liquidity, right, you can see relative equal high liquidity. So we know bearish level is not holding, bullish level is holding, and we have clean targets. We can look for bullish momentum to the upside basically, right? And you can see how market traded upside basically, okay. You can see market created another bullish fair value gap, so here you can frame your long entry, right. Here you can frame your long entry, and you can see this bullish fair value gap, ये bullish fair value gap, you can see every candle, every body is basically respecting this bullish fair value gap. No body candle is basically closing below this bullish fair value gap. Of course, wicks is traded lower, but always remember wicks do the damage. Body candle close is basically body tells you the story, okay. Wicks always do the damage and body tells you the story. You can see the body of all candles respected the fair value gap and ultimately traded higher and grabbed this buy side liquidity, okay. So from the bearish order flow, we shifted to the bullish order flow basically, right. So that's what I wanted to teach in this video. I hope uh, it will help you, and make sure to join my free Discord group. Here I share my analysis, and you can ask any question if you have here, okay. So yeah, see you guys on the next video. Take care.